The three words that to me most signify NCCJ are community building, truth, and hug, because I feel what NCCJ does for our community is give it a big hug every time it speaks out.
I think the community continues to have plenty of challenges, and as long as there's differences, there'll be challenges, and if, heaven forbid, there not be differences, we wouldn't grow as a people if there aren't differences. And I think that NCCJ is viewed as an organization that embraces those differences and then tries to find ways to be transformative in making the community better. And I think that's what the community expects.
I think what NCCJ has done specifically to make that happen is the ability and the fortitude to bring people together who are different, whether it be from our lesbian, gay community, whether it be from different races, different ethnic groups. But I think NCCJ has done a great job of bringing all those people together to address issues and come to the table and have dialogue. Dialogue has been one of the key things that I observed about NCCJ is the dialogue.
I'm very proud to be part of NCCJ. I'm proud to watch the evolution it has taken and the strength that it has in the community, especially for young people.
There's a lot of work yet to be done, always. As long as NCCJ is going to be around, there's going to be work to do. It's not going to be one of these situations where you finish up and sign off and it's over.
I'd like to say there's always progress. One of the talks back in the 70s and 80s, of course, was whether NCCJ would work itself out of a need to exist because issues of bias, bigotry, and racism would no longer be around. That obviously has not happened. But I think that NCCJ keeps changing its programs to the needs of the specific times.
If I could sum up in three words the value of NCCJ in Greensboro and Gifford County, three words would be collaboration, inclusion, and faith.
In 1937, I imagined that the world was a lot of boxes, and people stayed in their boxes, and they knew which box everybody belonged in. And today I feel like the corners and the sides of those boxes have been laid open, and our community can interact much more freely with each other.
My philosophy is always one: direct dialogue is the most important thing, because I may look at you at one point and have a view of you, but once I talk to you, you're an entirely different person. The NCCJ gave people that opportunity.
Once you have that authentic interaction and communication, you're ready for inclusion. And that was really the ultimate goal. Not only to find out who you are and what made you who you are, but to find a solution that will not only be good for me, but good for all of us.
I do know that our young people learned, and they became more involved in the community. They also became more open to other cultures and other differences in people.
The three words I would use to describe what NCCJ does, in a nutshell: respect for all.
I think that it is to NCCJ's benefit that they were and continue to be the only organization that I know of that has no agenda except fostering respect for everybody. And in that role, they are a very credible, important spokesperson.
People know in their heart that prejudice and bigotry and racism is wrong. God has created all people equal, and that we have to learn to hate, to not like people, and we can unlearn it too.
Our youth are going to save us, are going to rescue us. I think because they're living in a more diverse world, a more urban world in this area, that they will begin to see that inclusivity isn't bad and isn't threatening, and you don't have to disrespect people. That inevitably you won't always like people, but you don't have to disrespect them.
When you have all these young people with different skin colors, different religious beliefs, different sexual orientations, and they feel like they're on the same team, that gives me hope.
My three words for what NCCJ means to the community are those of a slogan we once used, and I loved it: we open minds.
I do think that the community in general does respect the work of NCCJ. with of course always that one piece of the community that doesn't quite get it. And that's why we still have a job to do, is to try to get people to get it.
NCCJ will keep on doing what it's been doing to a far broader audience. We convene conversations, and by folks opening themselves up to the conversations, just stepping in for a time, they can be drawn in to the magic of it.
I mean, we all hope that NCCJ will just work itself right out of business, and we won't need an organization that puts the focus on respecting all of us, regardless of our differences of how we look, how we think, how we act, how we believe. But until that time, somebody needs to be the spokesperson for all of those things.
Congratulations to NCCJ on 80 wonderful years with a very strong leadership team.
Congratulations, NCCJ. 80 years, that's a wonderful record, and you've done a lot of good in this community.
I just want to say congratulations to NCCJ for 80 years of great, wonderful work.
Congratulations for 80 years, NCCJ. Keep on keeping on.